Normally, I always stay on my lane doing my Igbo-centric content, but Yariba Roan won't let me be. Yes, I return the energy sharply, especially when there is calculated lie and propaganda directed to heap opprobrium on my people. I've said it before, I care less about Yoruba history because it means nothing to me. It holds no water for my roots and identity. So I always jump and pass. But whenever I wrote about my people, you see them masturbating on my video, spewing lies to cheapen the rich history of Ndibo, trying to water down the rich heritage of Ndibo. But trust me, it won't fly on my watch. Let me be very clear. That will never succeed. If my content makes you uncomfortable, simply avoid my posts. This morning, I wrote about Ndibo domesticating yam in the world and those children of desolation we are running about like headless chicken, discrediting their ancestors and not my people. Not because Igbo history is false, but because the facts contradict the narrative they try to promote. Well, as usual, I will slap them with facts, as this is zero propaganda zone. Now let's consider the genetic, academic, and anthropological evidences that support Igbo's domestication of yam in the world. Based on colonial era ethnographies, G.T. Besden, in his book Among the Igbos of Nigeria, 1921, describes yam as the central crop of Igbo society, cultivated by man, tied to status, rituals, and tradition. There is zero mention of the Igbo learning yam cultivation from anyone else. Check out page 95 to 100. Northcode Thomas Anthropological Reports on the Igbo-speaking peoples 1913 records yam farming as the heart of Igbo economy and culture. He explains with detailed methods Igbos cultivate yam, depicting deeply rooted indigenous knowledge. You can check out volume 1, page 50 to 60. In yam ceremonies in Ohafia, 1957, G.I. Jones highlights the symbolic and spiritual role yam played in the pre-colonial Igbo society. Again, showing that the tradition of yam in Igbo land is rooted in ancestral customs, not introduced by outsiders. Not a historical source says the Igbo were taught yam cultivation by anyone else. All evidence points to the same conclusion: yam domestication is an Igbo innovation. We have other numerous studies that have credited the Igbos as domesticating yam in Nigeria and the world. But Yaribas are having palpitation, trying to infuse themselves in things that concern the Igbos. Is that not witchcraft? I have a question for Yaribas. If you all claim to have domesticated yam, what's the relevance of yam to the Yoruba culture? Zilch! Nothing! Yorubas that eat the peels of yam are trying to rub shoulders with those that celebrate and honor yam. Eh? Read Chinua Achebe's Things Fall Apart, and you will understand the importance of yam to the Igbos and why Igbos venerate yam. Long before the white man came to Alibo, a man's wealth is measured by the number of yam bands he has. Men cross seas and mountains just to cultivate yam and make a name for themselves. All Igbo tribes in Nigeria and even those in the diaspora celebrate Iriji or Iwaji. Does Yoruba have such a collective festival? No. We have Igbo gods named after yam. Powerful deities like Ahanjoko, Ifejoko, Jokoji are venerated all over Igbo land. Do we have same for Yaribas? No, no, and no. Even till date, our kindred deity is called Njokoji. There is a place called Mbala Njokoji. You see different types of yam there, different species of yam, cocoyam, different types. Till date, as I'm talking to you in my family. What are you saying? In Igbo land, we venerate yam, so you don't step on yams. It's a taboo. Owaro. We Igbos bear names like Ezeji, Duruji, Obuji, Ebuji, Diji. This reflects how much we Igbos are deeply connected to yam. To tell you how much Igbo cherish yam, the highest banishment anyone can get in Igbo land aside murder is theft of yam. Try and steal yam, you'll be banished from the community. Go to Jamaica today and you will understand how deeply connected they are to the Igbos. During transatlantic slave trade, the Igbo people brought their culture, including yam cultivation and festivals, to Jamaica, influencing the Jamaican language, music, and masquerade. The Igbo word mba for yam root is the origin of the Jamaican term himba, a type of yam. Additionally, the Igbo Njokuji or yam spirit cult is believed to be a precursor to the Jamaican Jonkunu festival. Yaribas, please face your lane and stop inserting yourselves in Igbo history. Focus on rebuilding and fostering peace amongst the Oyos and the Ifes. We don't give a hoot about your culture. Leave us alone and let us be. Hapoayanka, we do not care about you guys. Okay? Thank you. Don't forget to register for our Igbo class. If you don't know how to speak Igbo or your kids don't know how to speak Igbo, rush now and register. And our content creation class is still on. Don't forget to DM me. I'm just a DM away. Bye.